Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It is time for another haul, and this time we are doing a workout, fitness, gym haul with none other than Oner Active. Okay, so this haul has been some time in the making. I actually got these particular items around like Thanksgiving, not during the sale, but a little bit more on that later. I haven't actually used any of the items. I've just had them sitting in my closet, especially for this video, because I wanted to wait to show you guys what it looked like, if I liked them, if I didn't. And let's just say that this baby traveled quite the distance. This is the invoice. It literally came from Germany. So yeah, it traveled across the ocean, over many territories, and it's finally here. It's been here for a while, but I'm finally getting to it. So I am going to go ahead and get started, show you the pieces that I got. I got a total of 3 different sets. So 3 tops, 3 bottoms. I'll show you my thoughts, what it looks like on, if it's squat approved, which all girlies want to know if everything is squat approved because we all know the feeling. So without further ado, and before I get started, I do just want to say one of the rules that I have prior to buying new clothes, because as a woman, I'm sure many of us kind of know this feeling, but we can accumulate a lot of clothes, and my closet is actually 2 closets. I have my current closet that is full to the brim, and then I have the other room closet that is also full to the brim, and you know, things happen. So no judgment here. However, one of my rules, and it's a rule that I want to implement moving forward, is that I buy new items, but I make room for them. So basically what that means is if I buy a workout, you know, a new workout set, if I buy jeans or pants or new shoes or a new shirt, whatever that item is, I have to make room for it. So basically my rule is anything that I buy, something has to go. Try to replace it by selling it secondhand, either to like Plato's Closet and make like a penny, or my favorite is Poshmark. And I'm actually going to insert a little snippet of my Poshmark here, because this is what allows me to feel sustainable. I do buy secondhand myself, and I think that it's a wonderful way to purchase items and not feel like you're, you know, just over consuming. You know, buying new clothes is a part of life. We can't really avoid it. So I will do so while still trying to maintain sustainability as best as I can. So if you can please check out my Poshmark, I would really appreciate that. So I will link it as well in the description so you can take a look at it. I have a lot of new tag items, gently used, excellent condition items. Everything is smoke-free. I ship it personally myself, and I have things from Skims, Alphalete, Nike, Adidas, all kinds of stuff. So feel free to take a look, peruse at your own leisure, and if there is something that you like, send me an offer. I won't get offended unless it's like extremely low. Then I might get a little offended because, you know, but send me an offer. I am usually willing to accept the most reasonable offers anyway. So yeah, take a look at my Poshmark, see if there's anything there that you might like, and help me help out by keeping this, you know, sustainability going. So yeah, without further ado, now let's get started. I will show you the first piece, which I actually have on right now. So let me go ahead and show you what that looks like and what my honest opinions are on each item. Starting off strong, we have this little set here. This is a matching set as far as the color is concerned. And I got the Everyday Cross over Bralette. This is in true blue. The Bralette I got in a size medium. And now I will show you a bit of the back. It is that crisscross that they say. It is very pretty, very comfortable. Now, the reason I got this in a medium, because I got the leggings, and these I will show you, only it's a little difficult because the tag is actually on the ankle part, and these are the Enhance Seamless leggings, also in a true blue. However, these are a size small. So there's a reason why I got the leggings in a size small and then the top in a medium. And it's because I'm, you know, for us bigger chested ladies up here, sometimes we need to go up. And the reason being is because I am not spilling out. This is keeping me in place. This bra, you know, I've worn it now for a little while, and I can tell you nothing is moving. I'm not having to readjust anything. The straps are not digging into my shoulders at all. Like, I don't even hardly see any type of, you know, there's a little bit of marking on the back, but outside of that, they're not digging into my shoulders. And the reason why I always size up top and keep it regular on the bottom is because of that. So I'm not the same size all over, and I kind of look really short. I'm 5'4" for reference. I say 5'4.5", but it's 5'4". So, a couple of things. I size up. Me personally, I don't like to be completely spilling out. You can obviously tell there's cleavage here. I don't want it to be completely overflowing. So I like to always go a little bit bigger up top. And then I did show the crisscross on the back, which personally is great. I love it. I think it looks beautiful. You know, it definitely catches your eye if you want to. You know, there isn't really a whole lot of like adjustment that can go on here. So you do kind of have to you know, stick with the current position, if you will. There's not much of adjusting that you could do. You could probably add something if you wanted to, but I wouldn't want to do that personally because, you know, I like the way that it sits naturally. I don't find myself adjusting it, so that's a plus. The crisscross design I think is really cute. You know, it's really cute. It adds a little razzle dazzle, you know, and that's kind of the name of the game. This is the crisscross bralette. Now, as far as the pants are concerned, these are in a regular, so they come in a long length and then a regular length. For me, again, for reference, I'm 5'4". Haven't weighed myself, so I'm just gonna round and say I'm about 120 as far as weight is concerned. I do have a short torso. These are not very high rise. You know, sometimes I notice that the high rises come up to about here for me. So, you know, a good 2-3 inches above my belly button, because my belly button is right here, you know, and this ends right above the belly button. So if you're looking for something, if you're short torso and you don't like the way that the long length leggings tend to kind of like keep your torso this big, you know, I highly recommend these. So far, I will say comfortability, it's there. Most of my weight, I notice, if I carry any like bloating, it's gonna be right in this area right here of the belly. And if you can see, this is keeping me in. You know, there's not a whole lot to show right now. And I'll be honest, it's that time of month for me. So with that out of the way, I will say this is keeping me nice, sucked in, you know, very comfortable. There are a little bit of designs that I'm going to try to show a little bit on the camera here. There's some, you know, kind of seams in here. I've noticed that these leggings nowadays that come with the seams, they kind of make it so that it sort of accentuates certain features. And one thing to note is that there is a seam here. You know, there's only a few ways to show it, so I'm just going to show it. But the seam right here, you can see it. You could probably kind of pick it out a little bit so that it's not fully in there, but if you don't mind it, it is there. I will say it doesn't feel like these are going inside of you, you know, unless that's what you want, then I wouldn't recommend it, but they're not like completely in there. I don't feel like I'm, you know, with those kind of pants that the seam is so obvious down the middle of your butt, it just looks too obvious. This one I feel like still has a little bit of that fluidity. And now it could be something to do with the fact that it's a navy blue. The color is true blue. That's the official color. But I will say that this is like a navy blue, you know, in comparison. So it is dark, but it will show up navy blue for sure. A couple things to notice. It's got the little Oner Active here. It is actually like a little sort of sticks out, you know, it's more like pressed on there. So that's something of detail to notice, because these are definitely a little bit on the pricier side. When I got these sets, I did keep that in mind, and I knew that these were going to be a little bit more, you know, they're above the Alpha Elite and above Gymshark. So if you're looking to spend a little bit more, I will say that so far they're worth it, because you can tell there's a lot of attention to detail. There's attention to the quality. You know, I'm not feeling like I'm adjusting things. I don't feel uncomfortable. I feel very comfortable. You know, I've worn this, and I'm actually going to show a couple of clips. I'm going to be working out in this just to give you an idea of what this looks like. So far, just having it on, walking around, moving around, you know, bending over, picking things up, I don't feel uncomfortable at all. And that's a big plus, because sometimes with workout clothes, leggings and bras and things like that, I don't feel very comfortable. You know, I feel like the second I get home, I want to change. I don't feel that way right now. So that's a huge bonus if you're also considering something that you don't want to immediately take off as soon as you're done with your workout. I really do, you know, appreciate the fact that there is a lot of attention to the detail. You know, it's pricier, but it's not unreasonably priced for what you're getting. There is also the stitching here. This one is actually stitched. You know, I'm not sure if it's stitched or like embossed on there, but this one doesn't, you know, like come off or anything. This one you could like, it's kind of like a 3D, like you could pick at it, you could feel it. So little minor details to take into consideration. I will add the videos of me working out in this so that you can kind of see if this is squat proof or not. So far, I will say I'm wearing kind of like the cheeky briefs, but they do tend to ride up. So they don't really show up at all. You know, and that's another thing that I like, because a lot of times when you're working out, you're not always going to wear a thong to the gym, you know? Sometimes you want to wear something different. And it's not like extremely obvious that I have underwear that are kind of right here. So that's another thing to consider. I like them so far. I will say, and I'll show the prices of each. They do have sales. Honestly, I didn't get this during sale time. I probably should have waited, but I knew that I wanted to try new workout clothes, and I know that I've been wanting to try this for some time. So I thought I'm going to bite the bullet and just get them. For the seamless leggings, these ones were in the blue, and these $58.50. Okay, $58.50. Took me a while to find it. $58.50 for the leggings. You know, they're the EnhanceLift seamless leggings, so you know they're a little bit more special. And then the bralette in true blue was $34.20. I got two bralettes. I will show you the next one next, but $34.20 and $58.50. So just to give you a ballpark on the price, what you might be paying, you know, not taking into consideration shipping and all that, because these are coming from overseas. So do keep that in mind. But yeah, you know, do you like it? Do you not like it? I have to say, for a new set, the price, everything, this is a solid 10 out of 10 for me. I really like it. I love the color. I think it suits my skin tone, and I'm very happy with how it fits. So up next, we have another set. It's exactly the same items as the previous ones. However, the colors are different on this one. Now, you might be wondering, why did I decide to get a non-matching color set? Well, because I wanted to. But actually, I feel like black goes with everything, and I got the bralette. It's the same one, the crisscross bralette in black. This is just pure black, same exact detailing in the back as the other one, as the blue one. However, I decided to opt for a different color on the bottoms. And now, I don't know if it's because I was wearing the blue set for slightly longer, but for some reason, these brown leggings feel a little bit tighter. Just a little bit. It could just be honestly because the other ones I had already been wearing for a little while, just preparing for the video and walking around the house. So maybe I kind of like broke it in and got used to it, but you can kind of tell it's just a slightly bit tighter, but it's not a bad thing because again, it's tight where it needs to be. Keeps everything in. Now, the bralettes, I'll show you guys. The black is just pure black. Beautiful coloring, same thing, keeping everything in the way it's supposed to. The whites, you know, sort of popped out, Oner Active symbol here. And then the leggings, these are actually in a plum brown. These are small, they're regular length. So those are things to consider. Now, I did want to add, because a lot of times people like to know what these materials are made out of to understand how they're going to fit, how they'll stretch once you wash them, things like that. The lovely thing about that is that they actually put what they are made out of on the label here, on the shipping label. So I can tell you right now, the leggings are 52% polyamide and 37% PES with 11% elastane knit. Now the knit is what you're going to find here on like the waistband. Now this waistband, I will say, it is pretty thick. It's like about maybe 2 inches or so. So if you're looking for, you know, that keeps you in nice and high, but maybe not super high, definitely recommend these. For some reason, I feel like these fit a little bit higher than the true blue. It could just be that different colors just kind of, for some reason, hold and stretch a little bit differently. But that's my my take so far. The you know, you've got the seamless design here. Again, I'm noticing a lot of these leggings with the Alpine, Oner Active, and many other ones, they're coming out with like the designs on the side, and I feel like it really helps to just pop and accentuate a lot of our, you know, features, especially in the bottom area. So if you like it, if you don't like it, that's another thing to consider, because you are going to be seeing these on these leggings. And the plum brown is definitely a brown and definitely a plum. I know that's not very descriptive or helpful, but it's like a mixture between a brown and a little bit of a purplish maroon color. I'm not sure if it's really transferring all that well on the camera, but I'm trying to show you as best I can. I do think it's a beautiful color, beautiful fit, and yeah. You've got the same thing on the ankle. You're going to have the white label here. Again, it's kind of stitched on here. So they really do take a lot of attention to these small details, which I do like and I appreciate it. But Up next, I have the final set that I want to show you, and this one is completely different than the first two. First two are the same, just different colors. This one I'm hoping is going to be the end all of all. So last but not least, we have what I was hoping was going to be my favorite, and I think it actually is. Now, I wasn't sure how to feel about this one because green is one of my favorite colors. Blue is my favorite color. However, these like forest green, dark green, sort of, you know, grassy green colors, these are some of the most beautiful colors, and they really go well with my skin tone. I'm sure a lot of us can agree green just goes well for so many of us. So I was really excited about this, and I got the matching set on this one. Both top and bottom are the same color, but this one is the Alpine green. So the top is the Softmotion high neck sports bra, and this one is in the Alpine green, 81% polyamide and 19% elastane. The bottoms are the Effortless seamless leggings with the white Alpine green sign here, the Oner Active, if you will. So very cute. And actually, I did make a slight mistake. This green one and the brown one are actually the exact same. The blue one is the EnhanceLift, and that's why there's a slight difference in the length of the waistband, if you noticed, but it's too late for that. So we're gonna keep going. Alpine green, thoughts? I have to say, right off the bat, this is high neck, full coverage. You're not gonna get any of the cleavage. You're not gonna get any of the spillage. However, it is still so cute. The design here, if you can tell, there's a slight dip here. It kind of goes like, it curves sort of inward, and there is an open back feature. So you will get nice, you know, if you're working out your back on back day, you will still get a very, very pretty, you know, if you're looking to kind of show off your gains, your back gains, there will be a lot of that. So some of these high neck, I'm sure people think, oh, you know, it's not gonna look as nice, or I'm not gonna feel, you know, maybe as you usually do if you like more of the, you know, lower neck, exposed tops, but they're very comfortable. I have to say, these truly do feel very seamless. There's nothing digging in here. These do have, you know, the removable cups that come with them. So the padding is there. You're not going to feel constrained. These feel very comfortable. I would feel so comfortable just daily movement with this on, because I don't feel like I'm, you know, being sucked in. I feel, you know, still very protected, kept well in place, but not to the point where I feel like I'm suffocating, which can happen, unfortunately, with some of these workout sets. So right off the bat, I love this, and I wish I had gotten another one in this, because I thought with it being high neck, I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about it. I thought maybe I wouldn't feel the same in it, but I love it so far. I'm very happy with it. And these, of course, are also in the Alpine green. And because it's a lighter color, you're able to see that sort of lining stitching that I was talking about earlier. These things right here, I feel like they really accentuate and help everything kind of pop. You know, they mold well to the leg muscle, the thigh, and the hamstrings and everything. It's got a nice thick waistband. It's keeping me in, but not too much. So far, so good on that. It does have the seam here. So again, if you want it to stick in all the way, you probably can. I personally don't, so I'll just leave it kind of fall as it normally does. But you can kind of adjust the leggings and kind of get that sort of, you know, pumped out look that a lot of these leggings tend to have. I have to say, I know I've raved about it already, but I just really love this bra. It's so comfortable. It's really comfortable, but still very cute. There's still a lot of attention to detail there. And it does have the little Oner Active symbol on it in the back. So I like it because it's not here. Sometimes I feel like it can be distracting, especially with these high neck ones, because there's not really that much to look at anyway. But I like that it's in the back. It's still there. These leggings, if you can see kind of how they fit. Again, just for reference, I am 5'4", about 120 pounds. So my final thoughts. I'm going to keep this one on because I think the color, this one is my favorite for sure. I like them all. I think genuinely they're all 10 out of 10. Now, it's worth the price so far. I will have to do a little bit more working out and daily, everyday movement in them to truly feel if it's worth it. They have to go through the cycle in the washer and dryer to see kind of how they keep their, you know, do they stay? Do they kind of fall apart very easily? Honestly, I've heard really good things. Krissy Cela, I believe, is the name of the you know, the owner of the brand. I feel like she really has thought this through well, you know, keeping women's bodies in mind. The fact that, you know, where our concerns tend to be, what we like to sort of accentuate, what we might like to keep in place, what we might like to show. And so these are all really great things. I feel like she's done a really good job. The price point, it's a little bit higher, yeah, but it's not unreasonable. You know, I got 3 sets, didn't even get them on like a deal or anything. I ultimately ended up paying $278.10, and there's the proof. So final thoughts, I'm really happy about them. I think this one's my favorite, and I had a feeling it was going to be because I just love the color. Blue is my favorite color, but green is a close second. I really love green. It just, you know, it's just beautiful. So 10 out of 10 for all of them. I love that they all feel high quality. Nothing feels cheap. Nothing is itching. Nothing feels like I'm not free to move. Everything fits great. I have a short torso, but I don't feel like it makes me look any shorter. I love it so far. 10 out of 10 for the true blue, 10 out of 10 for the plum brown with the black bra, the crisscross bra, which was also beautiful and very, very, you know, accentuating to bigger or smaller chests. So keep that in mind. This one is definitely the showstopper for me. The effortless seamless with the high neck in the Alpine green. If you like it, get yourself some. Definitely check them out. I think that this is definitely one of my favorite brands now. Just trying them on so far. I'm not going to go so far yet until I work out in them and really get a good feel for it, but between ElfElite and this right now, they are on the top for me. I will probably do some more hauls, and you know, stay tuned. You will hear from Skims. I actually have some Skims stuff coming up that I'm excited to try on because, again, I'm trying new things, but please do keep in mind that I will be making room for them. So check out my Poshmark if you will, so you can see what I have on there. Help me so that it makes sense, because I can't buy new clothes and try it and review it if I don't have the room for it. So it has to make sense. It's the only way that I can do it. And I try my best to, you know, shop sustainably, shop smart. I work out often, so for me, workout clothes and leggings and gym sets just make sense. These are the things that I probably tend to spend the most money on. So I'm excited to give you guys my honest review. I hope you liked it. And, you know, I would say as a final thought, since this is what we care about, they are definitely squat approved. And you'll see that in the workout videos that I post. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this honest review, try on, and stay tuned for more. Bye.